everybody. You know, if you're not having fun, what's the use? So much Sturm und Drang, so much pain and needless suffering, up and down and all around. Just look at it, man. Everybody's in the weeds. This is why it's such a great possibility here as a longevity business builder. Because who is your client? Who needs your help? Everybody. Everybody is sick and suffering. Everybody is sick and tired. And everybody is sick and tired of being sick and tired, but nobody knows there are science-based, clinically verified alternatives developed and delivered by licensed physicians, alternatives to drugs and surgery. Nobody knows that this exists because the pharmaceutical industry has everybody by the you-know-what. Everybody's got the wool pulled over their eyes by Big Pharma. Nobody knows how to pronounce naturopath, let alone know what it is. And everybody is under the false cultural notion that everybody except an MD is the back of the bus quack. And they're all suffering needlessly. You know, it's kind of like people are walking around every day sticking sticks in their eyes and then wondering why their vision's messed up. Well, stop poking yourself in the eye with a sharp stick. Stop it. It's a bad idea. Bad dog. No biscuit. Stop the sharp stick. Clean up your diet. Stop leaning on the old-fashioned, outdated, dangerous, juvenile philosophy of medicine brought to the table by your MD, because that's exactly what it is. It's exactly what it is. You know, my people are destroyed by lack of knowledge. My people are destroyed by lack of knowledge all of the time. Did you know that all of your sex hormones are made from cholesterol? Did you know that? It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman or a child. It doesn't matter if you're 1 second old or 100 years old. The hormones that your body makes as part and parcel of its day-to-day activity, its day-to-day structure, are made from cholesterol. Did you know that cholesterol is so vitally important to your body that your body makes it? You know that you have cells in your body, right? That, you know, your body gets broken down into smaller and smaller levels of architecture. Well, one of the smallest levels of physical architecture is the cells of your body. Everything is made from cells. You've got brain cells and skin cells and kidney cells and liver cells, and you got cells for everything, man. Everything in your body is made out of a cell. Eeny, weeny, teeny little thing. You looked at them all under the microscope in high school. I know you did. You know what the wall of the cell is made from? Cholesterol. Cholesterol. You know what 75% of your brain is made from? Cholesterol. Cholesterol. You know what your nerves are made from? Cholesterol. That's why it's so important. That's why your body makes it, because everything's made from it. You need cholesterol, baby. But who have you believed to tell you that cholesterol is bad? Who told you that cholesterol is the Antichrist? The MD. The MD told you that the cholesterol is the Antichrist, even though there have been hundreds of published studies that show exactly the opposite. There was a study done at the University of Toronto. They looked at 5,000 people and could not make a determination that cholesterol had anything to do with heart disease. There was another study done called the Honolulu Heart Program. They looked at 10,000 people. 10,000 people. And they came up with this determination, which they published. Long-term persistence of low cholesterol increases the risk of death. Long-term persistence of low cholesterol increases the risk of death. Now, these studies are published, proven and published, in legitimate mainstream medical journals like The Lancet, like the New England Journal of Medicine, like the Journal of the American Medical Association. So why does your MD ignore these studies and believe the pharmaceutical industry instead? Because your MD is an intellectual coward. When you remove everything else, whatever remains, however crazy it might seem, must be true. When you've eliminated the impossible, whatever's left, however crazy it sounds, must be the truth. There are mountains of published studies that show there is no relationship between cholesterol and heart disease. And this is the MD's thing, isn't it? Isn't it? With them, double-blind this and clinically verify that, and it's all about the science, boys and girls. It's all about the science. Well, it's all about the science until the science goes against the grain. It's all about the science until the science says the opposite of what the MD's been telling you for 30 years. So in order to save face and make them not look stupid, they ignore the new research. If the research doesn't agree with their position, it's faulty research. And this is why, another reason, you must fire your medical doctor, because they ignore published research which goes against conventional wisdom. And remember, conventional wisdom is only conventionally wisdomized because a group of people decided it was conventional wisdom. It's reality by consensus, isn't it? It's truth because everybody believes it to be true, not because it's truth. And then when the truth changes, nobody takes responsibility for what they previously believed. Oh, that's just the practice of science, says Dr. Hufflepuff. It's just the practice of science. That's how it goes. Science progresses. Yeah, science progresses one funeral at a time. We've been telling people cholesterol is one of the most important things for health for 30 years. 30 years. We've been telling people that salt is an extremely important nutrient for the human body for 30 years. We've been telling people that selenium is important and that inflammation is the Antichrist, not cholesterol, for 30 years. Our position does not shift because our foundation is built on the truth. The MD's foundation is built on consensus and cowardice. Their position changes all of the time, and we give them a pass. We consistently give the MDs a pass, even though they fail us. We consistently give the MDs a pass, even though they harm us. We consistently give the MDs a pass, even when they kill us. For goodness sake, Bayer, the maker of Bayer aspirin, was a member of a coalition of pharmaceutical companies in World War II that committed war crimes and atrocities on living, breathing human beings. And they're still allowed to make drugs. Nobody went to jail, no fines, no wrists were slapped. They traded their uniforms for suits and continued to work in the marketplace because the pharmaceutical industry is more important than God. Too big to fail. Too big to jail. This was Pfizer Pharmaceuticals' whole thing. A couple of months ago, they were found guilty in a federal court of promoting misinformation about one of their drugs and telling doctors that it was good for this when it really wasn't good for that, and hurt thousands of people into the bargain. And they were fined billions of dollars. It was the largest fine ever paid out, but nobody went to jail. Nobody got shut down. They got up and went to work the next day, and they were able to pay the fine in a month. It's a month's worth of profits, I think. A month's worth of profits. Maybe it was 3 months' worth of profits. I can't remember. But if you, me, or the Pope hurts somebody, intentionally or unintentionally, we're going to jail. That's called manslaughter if it's unintentional. It's called murder if it's intentional. We go to jail. The pharmaceutical companies get a pass. This is such an overarching phenomenon. It's been going on for so long, like slavery back in the day, that people just think that, it's part of the deal. And, most people are so undereducated in this country that they don't even know how to spell vitamin, let alone know what it is. And they're intimidated by being in the same room with an MD. They're just intellectually intimidated. This is how the MDs are able to maintain top dog position. They do it out of intimidation and fear. And we continue to write checks for medical insurance premiums to give us the privilege of sitting at their feet, maybe if we ever need it. And when we do sit at their feet and they deliver therapeutics that fail, we continue to write them a check. It is cognitive dissonance on steroids. It is Stockholm Syndrome. Stockholm Syndrome, right? It's the syndrome where the kidnappers develop feelings of affection for the kidnappees. The people who are kidnapped, the people who are held hostage, develop feelings of affection for their kidnappers. Well, that's not a good thing, but it happens. It's human psychology. We rattle our chains to celebrate our freedom. We think the Patriot Act's the greatest thing that ever happened, when in point of fact it is not. We give up our liberty. Benjamin Franklin warned us, right? We're not paying attention. We rattle our prescription medication bottles to celebrate our health. We're happy dying in our 70s. Apparently we're happy dying in our 70s. Apparently we're happy being a member of a country, the United States of America, which is 52nd in the world in life expectancy. The United States. This means there are 51 other countries who have their citizens live longer, healthier lives than us. Well, I thought American medicine was the best in the world. Yeah, not so much. My people, again, are destroyed over and over and over by lack of knowledge. You want to stop the madness? You want to put an end to the insanity? Join Longevity. And help us spread our simple message of boilerplate foundation medical nutrition for the masses to whomever is wise enough to listen. Nobody listened to Noah. Well, the rains are here, ladies and gentlemen. It's not that the rains are coming. The rains are here. They've been here for 100 years. It's in the form of human illness and human suffering, which is needless. Fire your MD. Join Longevity. Let us show you how to turn people on to science-based, clinically verified medical nutrition and change a life or two. Dr. Peter Glidden, going to Gene in Indiana when we come back. Stick around. Looks like Israel is back. I'm going to talk to Gene in Indiana first, though. He's been waiting the longest. Hey, Gene, thanks for the phone call. You are live.
Well, thank you, and thank you for all the efforts you spent over the years to have the language to communicate such important messages.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for the kind words.
I had three different questions. I'll just start one. CMT, is that a muscular dystrophy, nutritional deficiency profile?
Well, what's the CMT? I'm not familiar with that.
Charcot-Marie's tooth disease.
Charcot-Marie tooth. Charcot-Marie tooth. I'm going to have to look that one up during the break. That's ringing a distant bell in the back of my mind. It's ringing a distant bell.
Okay.
And I don't blow smoke on this radio show, and I don't know everything off the top of my head. So I'll look that up over the break, and then I'll comment on that at the top of the next section. What about question number 2, Gene?
Cholestoma, Meniere's disease, does that all fit under a healthy bone and joint pack?
Well, Meniere's disease certainly does, and the first one was cholesteroma?
Yes.
Do you know where it is?
Yeah, it's in the right or left side of the face where you have abnormal growth of the bone that creates ringing in the ear.
Yeah,
and pressures the eardrum.
You're right, very good. So, see, from our point of view, that happens because this is an interesting thing to talk about, and the MDs won't tell you this, or they don't recognize it, or they're just short-sighted about it. But, the MDs are all about Fosamax and Boniva for bone health, right? They've been running that one up the flagpole for 40 years. Fosamax and Boniva for osteoporosis and to make your bones stronger. Well, Fosamax and Boniva work. They're categories of drugs called bisphosphonates, and a bisphosphonate works by putting a part of your body to sleep that chews up old bone. It's interesting. The body has 2 different cells that manage bone health. One is called an osteoclast, and that chews up old bone, and the other is called an osteoblast with a B, and that lays down new bone. The bisphosphonates put to sleep the cells that chew up old bone. You would think that they would want to stimulate the cells that lay down new bone. That would make sense to me, or better yet, give the body nutrients that it needs in order to make new bone. But they don't. What they do is they give drugs that stop the body chewing up old bone. So guess what? Old bone accumulates in the bone. Remember, the MDs don't think the body has wisdom, so they can't get it that the body was trying to get rid of the old bone for a reason. So now old bone accumulates in the bones, and after you've been on those drugs for 5 years, you step off of the curb and your leg snaps like dry tinder. It's called a spontaneous fracture. It's the latest round of lawsuits, class action lawsuits against the manufacturers of Fosamax and Boniva. My point here is that the MDs know that the body has processes which chew up old bone and lay down new bone, but they turn a blind eye towards the laying down new bone process and instead focus on chewing up the old bone, which is insanity. One more reason to fire your MD. So what's happening in the body all of the time is it's trying to eliminate old bone and lay down new bone. But, you know, the body isn't perfect yet. So when that game is afoot and the body is attempting to lay down new bone, if it doesn't have the raw materials it needs to lay down new bone, it'll put cartilage there in place, or it'll put cholesterol there in place, or it'll put something there because the game is afoot. The train is rolling down the track. Something has to be deposited there. So the body uses what it has in excess of. In this case, it would be cholesterol or some type of connective tissue. So really, so from the proper perspective, the holistic perspective, understanding that the body has wisdom, it all makes sense. So what we would do in both of these cases, Meniere's and this cholesteroma thing, we just provide the body with the raw materials it needs to make new bone, because it's attempting to do this all of the time, and when it runs out of certain stuff, it messes it up. So yeah, you're absolutely positively correct. Now, because there's, if there's a dizzy thing going on here, a vertigo thing going on here, you can use the CM cream inside the ear canal, liberally applied inside the ear canal on a toothpick, in order to decrease the inflammation to that nerve and hopefully cut down on the dizziness or the presenting neurological symptoms while we're waiting for the body to fix the bone from the inside out. Don't neglect glucogel here. Glucogel is dosed at 1 capsule per 10 pounds per day. And for the first 2 months, I would give 2 extra bottles of liquid calcium a month. Dial in the Healthy Bone and Joint Pack. Welcome back. Dr. Peter Glidden here with you on Tuesday, November 19th, 2013, talking to Gene from Indiana about a number of things. All right, so I looked it up during the break like I promised. Very interesting illness, right? Charcot-Marie tooth disease. Again, an indication, by my way of thinking, of the arrogance of the MD, because what other profession names things after themselves, right? Only arrogant people name things after themselves. The disease is named after those who classically described it. Jean-Marie Charcot, his pupil Pierre-Marie, and Howard Henry Tooth. How about that? 3 people were responsible historically not for discovering the disease, but for categorizing this set of symptoms. Remember, the MDs are really good at naming things, but they're horrible at fixing things, because the MDs don't believe that your body can fix it. They believe the body breaks, and then it breaks, and then it breaks, and then it breaks again, and then it breaks again, and then it breaks again. And it is impossible to fix anything because the body is imperfect. There's no soul force. There's no divine intelligence inside the body. There's nothing. It's just an evolutionary mishmash. And you're lucky to be alive, quite frankly. Take some Prozac and shut up is what the MDs want us to do. Charcot-Marie tooth disease is, they think it's genetic. It's probably not genetic. Disorders of the peripheral nervous system characterized by progressive loss of muscle tissue and touch sensation across various parts of the body. All right, so neurological diseases, right? What do we do when up against any neurological disease? Well, we give the body the stuff it needs to have healthy nerves. In this case, it would be the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack. the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack and selenium, appropriate for body weight. Healthy Brain and Heart Pack and selenium, appropriate for body weight. A diet that's extremely high in antioxidants, or a triple treat chocolate. Do the triple treat chocolate, 4 pieces a day. That's going to give you 60,000 ORAC points right there. 4 pieces of triple chocolate. You got to love it. The goal for antioxidant intake in the face of a neurological illness should be 100,000 ORAC points a day. 100,000 ORAC. And they can do that with a combination of nutritional supplements and food, right? Curry powders, green tea, whatever, in order to increase your antioxidants. And, of course, if we broke a bone, we'd encourage calcium and mineral supplementation and foods that apparently are high in those things, if you can quantify that. So when there's a nerve game afoot, we recommend diets extremely high in cholesterol. So Dr. Wallach would say 12 eggs a day. Now, I don't realistically know anybody that can eat 12 eggs a day. So as many eggs as possible, full-fat yogurt, full-fat milk, cheese, chicken skin, turkey skin, throw the turkey away, throw the chicken away, eat the skin. Go crazy for cholesterol for 6 months. Go crazy for antioxidants for 6 months. And dial in the nutrients every day. Plus, of course, right, you know this, Gene, it's all built on the background of eliminate the 10 bad foods. I can't express the importance of this notion enough. And by the way, if you're in radio land or the internet and you're a longevity person, take what I'm about to say to heart. If you haven't gone gluten-free, you're missing the boat. You may be 200 pounds in taking exactly the right amount of supplements every day appropriate for your body weight. But if you haven't gone gluten-free, there is no way on God's green earth your body is absorbing all of it. So you might be taking 200 pounds, but you're only absorbing 70. You're basically wasting money. And you're making your results slow, baby, slow at a snail's pace. You're still going to feel better, but it's going to take forever for you to get on the other side of it completely. Stop eating the 10 bad foods, 4 of which are wheat, barley, rye, and oats. When you do this, you will feel a remarkable difference. Anything else, Gene, from Indiana?
Yes, shingles, does that fit in the same category of nutritional support of lupus or something like that?
Yeah, so shingles, that's an interesting illness, right? Shingles is a viral thing, and it's caused by the expression of a virus which is supposed to be living at, so the MDs tell you that you have a virus. It's living in your body near the body of a nerve cell. So nerves in the body have a body, like a central headquarters, and then they have long arms that go to different parts of the body. So the MD will tell you that the virus that causes shingles is living next to the nerve underneath the skin, and then every once in a while it travels along the length of the nerve and manifests itself on top of the skin, but nobody knows why. Now, definitely it's a viral manifestation of a virus. But you would think that the MDs by now would have figured out what causes the virus to all of a sudden wake up and manifest itself. But again, they don't care because they're not concerned with how to cure it. They're only concerned with how to manage it. So research money gets wasted on looking up genetic nonsense, which James Watson, the guy that discovered the structure of DNA, Watson and Crick, the double helix, he discovered it. Well, actually, he stole it from Linus Pauling. That's a whole other story. But in any event, he's credited for it. He came out about a year ago and said, all of the research on genetics is ridiculous, it's short-sighted, it doesn't work. We need to be focusing not on gene manifestations because that's a non-starter. We need to be focusing instead on biochemistry. And everybody, paid no attention to him because that thought process is too far outside of the box of normal to even consider. Same thing happened to Dr. Wallach when he discovered the cause and cure for cystic fibrosis. It was so far outside of the normal box that they couldn't wrap their heads around it because MDs are cowards. So when we get a manifestation of shingles, we spray the crap out of the lesion on the skin with colloidal silver. I would get colloidal silver, I would put it into a little spray bottle, and every 30 minutes I would spray the crap out of the lesion with colloidal silver. And when I went to bed at night, I would soak a gauze pad with colloidal silver, and I would tape it over the lesion. Colloidal silver, colloidal silver, colloidal silver all of the time. In order to support and promote the structure and function of the immune system during an outbreak of shingles, the recommendation would be 12 kilobiotic a day. Forward breakfast, forward lunch, forward dinner. Do 12 kilobiotic a day until the shingles is gone. In addition to eliminating the 10 bad foods and doing the anti-aging healthy start pack. The anti-aging healthy start pack. Because the anti-aging healthy start pack has the Cell Shield RTQ in it, and the Cell Shield RTQ is a really good anti-inflammatory. A natural anti-inflammatory. It doesn't stress the body out. It helps to knock down inflammation from the inside out. You may also want to give the CM capsules a run. Give the CM capsules a run for the money. The recommendation there would be 9 a day. That also knocks down inflammation. Shingles is painful, man. Shingles is very, very painful. There's a homeopathic medicine which sometimes is effective in helping reduce the intensity and the severity and the length of time that shingles is present. It's called Kalmia latifolia. K-A-L, M like Mary, I-A. Kalmia, second word latifolia, L like Larry, A, T like Thomas, I, F like Frank, O-L-I-A. Kalmia latifolia. Get it in the 1M strength, 1M like Mary. Get a multi-dose tube of Kalmia latifolia in the 1M strength, and during the shingles outbreak, take 2 pellets orally 3 times a day. 2 pellets orally 3 times a day. Don't do that for more than 5 days. If it's not going to work in 5 days, it's not going to work. Do 2 pellets orally 3 times a day for 5 days. And, by the way, when you're using homeopathy for anything, when you get a big hit from the homeopathic, like you take a couple doses and, wow, you feel 80% better, 90% better, 100% better, you stop taking it. Homeopathy is like jump-starting a dead battery in a car. When the engine turns over, you remove the cables. Well, when homeopathy works, you stop taking it. It's the opposite of medical nutrition. When medical nutrition works, we keep taking it because your body needs nutrition all of the time. Your body only needs homeopathy in small doses. So I think I've said a mouthful, Gene, but that's what needs to happen here in order for those strategies. Thanks for helping to refresh my memory about the Charcot-Marie tooth thing. It's a very interesting window into the world of MD diagnostics. Are we good, Gene?
Good. I think you have a disease called sharing useful information.
I think so too, buddy. I think, I think I've got the lion's share of that. Well, 25 years of working in the trenches, that's what I get for that. That's how I caught that disease, right? 25 years.
Yeah, okay. Well, good on you. Have a great day.
Thanks a lot, Gene. I appreciate your kind words. Hey, Dr. Glidden's getting a lot of positive strokes today. It must be something in the air. Yisrael is back. I think he wanted a little more details. Hey, Yisrael, thanks for calling back. What's up?
Hey, my friend, thank you for retaking my call again. I just didn't want to leave anything out, and I had just a few more symptoms just to see if it was an effect from the great things you already recommended, along with my wife has no gallbladder. Oh. But I'm going to first let me just tell you the few other things that's left. My father's urine has turned brown and it has a foul odor.
Yeah.
He has inflammation. He has sores or ulcers, running issues on his leg, sores. He has problems seeing. He has no cartilage left in his knees. So the major pain that he actually has, reason why he can't hardly get up out that wheelchair is because his knees stay hurting all the time.
Oh, yeah,
so I know that's because he's been diagnosed with arthritis.
All right. So, all right, very good. So to help with that, right, you can apply the CM cream topically, liberally. CM cream, like Charlie Michaels, CM cream. Now, the CM cream is part of the Healthy Bone and Joint Pack. It's part of the Healthy Bone and Joint Pack. So if you get the Healthy Bone and Joint Pack, you're going to get the CM cream anyway, right? Now, the funky smelling urine can be a number of different things. It can be blood in the urine, can be bacterial infection in the urine, can be dehydration. It can be a number of different things. Did I tell you to take the Ultimate Daily Capsules? I think I did, right?
Yes, you did. Ultimate Daily Capsules. I got that wrote down. Yeah.
All right. So the Ultimate Daily Capsules should go a long way towards supporting and promoting the structure and function of the kidney. There's also one other thing you can throw in because of the extra kidney symptom, and that's an herbal medicine called Super KB. K stands for kidney, B stands for bladder. Super KB. I think it's a Super Life product. It's one of the Longevity subsidiary families. It's in the back office. You can order it through Longevity. Super KB. It's an herbal thing. I'd give him 6 a day of the Super KB, 6 capsules.
Me and my wife is part of Longevity. I can tell you that.
All right, great. Now, your wife and anybody else in the listening audience who has had their gallbladder yanked, it's mandatory that she and anybody else that's had this surgery take the ultimate enzymes every day and experiment with it. Take 1 before a meal, take 2 before a meal, take 3 before a meal, see which makes you feel better, because that supplement puts back into your digestive tract what the MDs withdrew with their surgery. And that's Dr. Wallach driving the bus. She's going to love how she feels, Israel, when she adds that simple supplement. My pleasure, man.
Yes.
Time flies when you're having fun. Boom. 2 hours gone, just like that. Where does the time go? I don't know. The eternal present, somebody told me. Don't really know what that's all about either. Ladies and gentlemen, 866-582-9933. That's the number to call. And if you're listening to the podcast, 855-347-3696. But most importantly, fireyourmdnow.com. Tons of information there. I've got DVDs for sale. A Healthy Body Without Cancer, maximizing the absorption of your supplements, arthritis, you name it, we've got it. I've also got 100 hours of webinars dialed in. They're in the archives. They're in my library. You can point and click your way to health knowledge for the ridiculously low price of $20 a month. Cancel at any time. What do you got to lose? $20. I can find $20 a month. I can find $20 a month. There's no excuse, if you are a health enthusiast, to not be a member of my subscription stuff, to not be a Dr. Glidden Insider. Check it out. Let's finish it out today with Yancey, I think the name is. I might be getting that wrong, down in Atlanta. Did I get the name right, Yancey?
It's Yanni. Now, thank you so much for taking my call. And I just want to say that the information that you're giving is priceless. And I thank you for all the information. I've been learning so much. The thing that I wanted to mention to you today is that I have fired my MD. I have done that.
Good girl.
And $20 beats $400 a month for medical insurance.
Well, there you go.
It beats that. I wanted to mention something because one of the things that I heard earlier, I was in the military and had an accident in a car, and they rushed me into the emergency room and said, oh, you need to have your gallbladder removed. So they removed my gallbladder. And I have the worst time. I have a problem eliminating now, and I have a little pain sometimes in that area. It's been since 1993, but I wanted to find out what can I do to feel better with this problem.
Well, that's easy. So the gallbladder is a little bag of sorts that hangs underneath the liver, and it's the gallbladder's job to collect and concentrate bile. Your liver makes bile, which the body uses to digest food, especially fats. The bile digests more than just fat. So the liver makes the bile collects in the gallbladder, and then when you eat food, when food reaches a certain point of the digestive tract, it sends a little signal to the gallbladder to squirt the bile out. That's a smart thing. It's, the digestion process in a human being is like dominoes. Each domino knocking the other domino over, right? And if all dominoes are in place, digestion happens seamlessly the way that God intended it. But if you remove a domino or two, so you take an antacid or a proton pump inhibitor, you removed a domino or two from the upper end, and everything under downstream from that doesn't digest properly. If you yank the gallbladder, you pull out a domino, everything downstream from that doesn't digest properly, and that's why you're up against it now. So all we really need to do in this case is put the stuff back in your digestive tract that the MDs yanked. And the only nutritional supplement that I'm aware of, there are probably others on the market, I'm just not aware of them. The only one that I know that has the stuff in it, concentrated bile, is Dr. Wallach. And again, this is a testament to Dr. Wallach's brilliance, Dr. Wallach's genius. Dr. Wallach is always ahead of the curve. I mean, I'm still waiting to trip Wallach up on pathophysiology. It hasn't happened yet. So his product, Ultimate Enzymes, is what you need. Now, the only sticking point here is how many. And I have no idea. So the recommendation for you to support and promote the structure and function of your digestive tract, a.k.a. your body, given your history, would be one healthy digestion pack a month. One healthy digestion pack, because the healthy digestion pack has all 90 essential nutrients that your body needs, plus the bile in the form of the digestive enzyme. You might want to get an extra bottle of the digestive enzyme a month and play around with the dose, right? 1 before a meal, 2 before a meal, 3 before a meal. It's important that you take the digestive enzyme before or at the beginning of the meal, not in the middle or at the end. Take it in the beginning or before the meal, and you'll get much success from it. Also, lastly, real quick, start salting your food so it tastes good, and your digestion will get much better. Stick around, folks. Thanks so much for the call. We're out of time, ladies and gentlemen. See you tomorrow.